Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good day, wherever you are in the world. This is the very first Mom's Village show, a show which we tell you all about motherhood and children, everything you need to know to get you through having a child and raising it. And today is our very first show and our Mother's Day special. And we're joined by some very special celebrity guests. Right next to me is Janet Mbogwa.
Hello.
And Amina, should I call you Mohammed or Amina Rabar?
Amina Rabar. My name is Amina Abdi, though. I don't know why everybody says Amina Mohammed.
It's a confusion. There's a confusion out there.
So you're not the CS, you're the other Amina.
Oh.
Mrs. Rabar.
Yes, Mrs. Rabar would be great. My husband would be so happy.
So good to have you. And of course, my co-host, Isis Nyongo. Isis, I think you can tell us a bit more about what Mom's Village is and the show as well.
Yeah, since I started it, I should really be, but I'm super excited to have you guys here for our first show, our Mother's Day special. And it's been quite an amazing journey in starting Mom's Village as pretty much a digital platform with content, local resources for parents, focusing on mothers to really make life easier and to make, help people make more informed choices about everything from health to other aspects to parenting that are all localized. So there's a lot of global content out there, but not that much that really helps moms around Kenya really have things that kind of resonate to them. So we have content, we have online communities and WhatsApp groups, and then the show is, I think, a fantastic platform to be able to actually talk about a lot of issues with, a mix of people. So as a village, we'll have many different guests throughout as we develop this show, and we're so excited to have the two of you to kick off.
Thanks for having us.
That's true. And the key thing I think about Mom's Village is that it's local. You want local advice about stuff, because you can go into the other international platforms and they have things which are a bit foreign for local moms. So that's a key thing that stands out for me. And then also for Mother's Day, being a mom for 3 years now, I know we were talking before the show, the thing that strikes me is that I never thought that I could ever do it. Never in a million years. I was never going to have a child. Now I have one and I'm like, hey, I can do it. It's like God plays a trick on you and turns on a switch in your head and you just start knowing and learning all these things without complaining. Because your natural inclination is to complain about almost everything, as Kenyans especially. But it's an interesting, it's a very steep learning curve and it's very quick. And for Mother's Day, for me, that's the biggest thing I would say about being a mom is just how I just took it on without complaint. I don't know what anybody else's experience is. I think I'll start with you, Amina, because you're across from me and Janet.
Janet, what do you? I think
you'll come to me eventually. You have to face me, but yeah.
And it's so true, being a mom, nothing really prepares you. I mean, you could have all of your friends and all of your relatives as moms, and you would, take care of your nieces and your nephews, but nothing would ever really get you ready for your own child. And to me, I always feel as if it's my heart that's walking around somewhere, and I'm like, my heart is not in my body.
Yeah, that's true.
And you can never really and explain it, but then, and the love is so incredible. And the one thing I really wish when I was being a mom, someone should have told me is that you'll eventually figure it out. And no one ever has it down, to a T, because you look at everyone else and they seem like they have it all sorted, with their kids, and they're just standing and my son's just running around like a crazy person. And I'm like, oh wow. But then, just me, because I knew I was going to be a mom, Julie.
Okay.
Eventually.
Well, I knew I was going to be a mom, but I wasn't planning. When I was
at the time.
I wasn't planning to do it.
Yeah.
It just, I knew I was pregnant, is what I'm saying.
You're like, I was aware.
Yes, I was aware I was pregnant for 9 months, but it wasn't my plan.
Right. No, I completely understand what you're saying. And I think the other thing that people also should talk about is like single moms. I have an incredible partner who helps me out. But when you're a single mom, oh my God.
Exactly. Because you'd imagine it's
all in your head.
Trying to do it with a partner, but if you're alone. But for me, I think almost similar to you, I didn't really anticipate that I'd have children soon. In my head, I was like, maybe 40, if I feel like. Obviously got married and the conversation started. So we had hoped to start in 2017. 2015 came in. And it's like, oh, well, here we are. But I think I like that because immediately you're like, okay. So the first thought I had was stay calm. Because I started hearing things like, your mindset and how you move around affects your pregnancy. I was very zen. I was a very zen bride. I never thought I would be. Because everything, I was like, if the tent falls on us, as long as my child is healthy. Because I was 4 months old when I got married. And then...
You mean 4 months pregnant? You said
4 months old?
Like, well,
edit. 4 months pregnant. Thank you. But yeah, long story short, I was one of those people who never changed a diaper. my mom would try
No
to get me
way.
to hold
Stop.
babies.
Oh no,
I promise.
I never had either.
Yeah.
I learned it. It was one of my
Yeah.
parenting classes was like learn
Change
how
it.
to. I was the last born, so I had no diapers.
I'm the last born, and on top of
I'm
that,
the last one too, actually.
Who are you people? As the only adult on the show,
I would like to.
I would like to.
No, so my husband changed my son's first diaper because I was recovering from my cesarean section. So he taught me. And he taught me how to bathe the baby because, you know, in between when I'd wake
That
up.
was such a scary part.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he was like, yeah, let's do it. So I learned on the fly. When the other day someone said, I need you to help me with my 4-year-old and take them to buy shoes. I'm like, I don't know how to do that.
Yes.
I am going with Huru's pace.
Yeah, step by
You can give me a 1-year-old, I'll know what to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do with a 4-year-old. But I love it, and I love what you said about you feel like your heart is running around.
It is, isn't it?
Yeah, when I'm not with him, I feel like I'm missing a
The,
limb.
the level of worry is also
The
a
level
bit
of worry, yeah.
scary because
So-
you worry every time they're like almost out of sight. It's weird.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this Mother's Day because it'll be a year, you know, I think the second one. I should know this.
Yeah.
But I'll be more relaxed,
Yeah.
I think. Just in the sense that I can now enjoy seeing him and not worry about, am I doing
Is he
things
breathing?
right? Is he breathing?
Yeah.
Am
It's
I
almost like
doing
there's a
it right?
fog that starts to lift
live.
at some
Exactly.
point.
You know what's so
Like, a bit
crazy
more.
is that my husband still has that. And I think maybe it's because guys don't share as much as women do.
They don't.
So they're dads who are very, very and extremely involved
Yeah.
in their kids' lives. And my husband is the last born, such as everybody, pretty much.
Pretty much, yeah.
And so he never saw a baby and he never took care of any baby. And so to him, he's just like, oh my God, it's moving. What do we do? So every single time he's like, so I measured this. So in fact, it's so funny. Even on my phone right now, he just sent me like a list of to do things like these are the things I noted this week that were not being done. I'm like, babe,
Wow.
him. So he's just like, and he can't stop because he's never seen a baby. So me, I've had nephews and nieces, and I'm like, when they fall, they don't break.
Yeah.
And it's okay. My husband is just like, whoa.
Yeah. But
Whoa.
you figure it out as you go
It's,
along.
yeah, so I feel like
think so.
even like dads watching this, because his mom's village dads
Yes.
included as well.
We
so
do
you
have
should
we do
know.
we are inclusive to
Yes,
Yes, we are.
It's
We are.
okay.
Yes.
It's okay. It's okay. It shall be well.
Yeah. So Isis, what about you? Mother's Day, how's it special for you this time around?
I mean, it's particularly special. So I have 2 kids. So I have a 3-year-old daughter and a 21-month-old son. And so I think just being able to, do a bit more. Maybe I don't exactly know what we're going to do on Mother's Day, but I feel like we could, enjoy it more as a family. And I think also getting this show off the ground is really exciting because it's the beginning of a new step and having, a new platform.
Kind of like a new baby.
Yeah.
to share, it's great. So this will be a Mother's Day to remember for sure.
For sure. And we have 2 celebrity guests, as I said before, and we have a long list of questions for you. Prepare yourselves. Number 1. Okay, this is pretty cliche. What is it like being a celebrity mom and being in the spotlight?
I think you should ask Janet because she's a.
Gee, thanks.
I'm like,
Fine, I'll take it. I'll take one for the team. Being in the spotlight, it's, I think you choose. What I've learned in life is you could be the person who wakes up and says, I'm a celebrity mom, so that's how I'm going to live my life. Or you could just say, I am Janet, regular Joe, and I'm going to figure this out as Janet. So I've never really lived my life feeling or walking around or thinking celebrity. Not that I don't. I appreciate the opportunities and I appreciate that I am a public figure, but I don't think I let that interrupt my life. Of course, I'm wary about my brand, so I'm not going to go out there and do crazy stuff, but I'm not going to overthink things. So what happened is during my pregnancy, I was quite vocal about it. It became a whole other discussion because, I don't know, people were shocked to see a pregnant woman on news. Whole other discussion for another year.
And pretend to go into labor.
And pretend to go into labor, yes, Hussein. And so when the baby came, I noticed I pulled back for about a month because it was so new to me. So my mind and my body were just soaking it up. And then after that, I just paced it. So my motto is I just take it literally just a day at a time. I try not to overthink what are people seeing. I'm cognizant of the fact that I'm being watched.
Did you feel the need to be perfect? Like when you go out, your child is dressed perfectly?
That's a really good question. I know she's going to say this.
I don't know why people do that. It's the most annoying and irritating thing. Even just now when you were like celebrity mother, I was like, that's Janet. Because I'm just because when people say it, sometimes they're just like, who is she talking about? Because and that's why maybe Janet and I are really, really cool is because you just have a job. It's just that your job puts you in front of hundreds of thousands of people, and then some people may notice you out of a crowd, but they put you on a pedestal, and it's an unrealistic one too. Like, oh, he's just on a regular pram, or like, oh, that's the crib,
Right.
or
Oh, that's
you're
his
like, so
clothes.
my room should look like Kim Kardashian's baby room and nursery, and like it's too much. And I think when you allow it to get into your mind, and this is from the very beginning, when you allow even just the celebrityness, if I could call it that, get into you, because fame is a very fickle thing, and you get blinded by the lights. There's so many lights here because we're in the studio, right? So that's sort of like what fame is. It blinds you, and you have all of this adoration that's not very genuine, because these people don't really know you.
Right.
They just see you so much that they feel like they love you.
They feel like they know you.
Right, and they're as quick to celebrate you as they are to turn
celebrate
against
like
you.
you're with-
Yeah. So as much as they watch you, they're so happy to watch you fall as well. So it's like they almost like bring you up so that you just fall
can crash
back down.
down.
Yeah. And it's crazy. So I think the putting you on a pedestal for me is just, and you cannot let it get to you. So this is for everybody. If you're no one in your village, if you're a CEO, if you're, you know what I mean, like people think because they've put you here, then you should be this kind of mom.
It's the biggest mistake you can make. You just need to be a mom and be regular, and just make sure the baby is happy and healthy. You asked a really good question. In public, do you feel the need with your baby to be perfect? I don't. Of course, there's that pressure of you're being watched. I don't even know if I should call it pressure, but I get lost in my son. Is he okay? Even if he's wailing, it's not like, shh, there's people around. It's like, okay, what's wrong?
That's my husband though.
It's
like, people are watching.
I know. That's me. I'm like, shh.
Yeah. Even breastfeeding, I'd be like, poop. So sometimes my husband would be like, sure. I'm like, no.
Yeah, no, it's about
this is horror show. I don't know why. I never thought I'd be that kind of person. I never thought I'd be all like, hey,
everybody look at my booby.
But I'm like, I'm feeding him.
That's true.
And it's okay. I'm not going to be
But
very shy about
it's
it.
African culture, and Africans are supposed to be at home with those kind of things, but we're in a space where we're kind of being influenced by the Kardashians, like you were saying before. Where now breastfeeding is a thing.
I don't get that. I think that's one of the saddest things that's happening, where if you're breastfeeding, A, it's a conversation, and B, sometimes you're discriminated against or bullied in public. Someone was telling me the other day, she was in a restaurant and the waitress comes up to her and she's like hinting to her, like, cover me.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And she was like, I'm sorry, you want me to cover my... Oh, no, I'm not going to do that.
Yeah.
But she's one of the few. Otherwise, someone else would feel uncomfortable. I don't know why that conversation is
I've
happening.
never breastfed my son in public. I don't know. Maybe it's because I don't know. I just can't whip it out. I don't know. I've never actually even thought about it. Have you done that?
Even with like a cover, a nursing cover?
Oh no, definitely no. But I always used to make sure that it's somewhere. Like it can't just be. We're just here. If we're chicks, I am probably with no bra. You know what I mean? So it's because I'm very random. But like if we are somewhere like at a restaurant, I'd either I'd cover myself, or maybe I'd go to the car or somewhere.
Yeah.
I've never had that. Maybe if I
tend to look for a space. I don't know,
like the corner.
There's
I don't know. Yeah.
Some places have really nice bathrooms with a clean plate. I don't know. It just depended on where I was.
Why would you go to the bathroom?
If it's a nice bathroom. There are some
Which
that have like
the bathrooms are just nice for pictures.
These are few and far between. The ones that would have enough space.
Janet is like, oh, I am live on air.
Let me just breastfeed my child. Hang on a second.
I have a follow-on question, kind of related to is how then do you think about social media and exposure of your children?
Janet, I am going to answer it, but Janet, it's so funny how we were just talking about this, and Janet told me why she actually put pictures of her son online. But for me, I think I was always very private, and even when you get into this industry of whatever industry where people know who you are, you get a lot of negative comments, and there's some that are so uncalled for. You like, but where did that even come? I took a picture of a cup or a mug, and then you started insulting my mother. I'm like, where is the connection? So when I had the baby, I was like, I don't know if I can handle any negative comments that are said by my son. I'll probably look for that Twitter person, hunt them down, and just like Jason's, which guy was I? Was like, I know you don't know me, but I will find you. I'm like, I will do that because I don't know how far I'd take it.
Taken or something.
I didn't. Yes. Doesn't take it. So I've never posted any picture.
I've noticed.
Oh yeah.
His face.
No, it took me a year. It took me exactly a year. And I said when he turns 1, we'll show his face. But the rule for us is that he's never in a picture alone. And 99% of the time he's either with the dad or the mom.
Yeah.
So that way, because I'm like, eventually, I think something very weird happened, which was also quite sad. I thought I saw someone try to take a picture of us. You know?
I got that.
Yeah,
So
you know,
many
someone
times
was like
too.
undercover trying
Oh my
to
goodness.
casually,
Like a pap.
yeah. Or it was
just
someone. It was actually someone at the clinic, and I remember I went and complained to the receptionist, who went and made noise at her because it was actually at when I was going to see the pediatrician. No,
Yeah, private time.
like another mom.
Okay.
But I could see her, and I remember telling Eddie, you know, I would hate that if someone else put his face out there.
Yeah.
So when he turns 1, let's just, you know, so we sandwiched him with a kiss, and then ever since then, I guess I do post quite a bit, but it's never really. I don't think I overshare. I'm very cognizant to try not to. I try to do it within a context. So if I'm doing the journey with Janet, which is something I've partnered with Resolution Insurance, I try and make sure it's within a blog post. So if I'm talking about
all
playing
in
outside,
context.
I try to as much as possible.
And I think that's so freaking annoying because you as Julie or you know you mom watching this, you can post your son every day all the time because every time there's always something silly or funny or quirky they do and you're just like, oh my god, look
I
at
don't
what he's
think
doing.
I don't think
And you
people
wanna
should
post
though.
it.
Generally,
I don't think
but
they
people
should.
do think about. I mean, I think people depend on the platform. So
Yes.
certain ones, like Facebook, people feel like this is just my set of friends.
Right.
By the way, anything out there in digital can be.
Yes.
And I think everyone
Can
should know this.
manipulate
Can
it,
be
yeah.
used
Exactly.
and found. I mean, there's very few things that are so.
yeah, intimate.
I mean,
and
you
close.
kind of know if you put it online, you should be okay with it.
Yes.
But
reappearing.
And that's what I
you
had
have
to do.
think about it. You know?
And in this day and
Right.
age, you know, the issues we're facing now, it's not even just for people like Amina and I or women in the limelight.
What about our other parenting styles in terms of maybe discipline or
Oh my
bedtime?
I'm totally permissive. My husband is a
Do you
disciplinarian.
co-sleep?
Are you like, do what you want to?
I'm just so
Really?
like, yeah,
Really?
I'm
Okay,
very.
that's
But
separate.
there's a balance there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, there's a good balance because he's much
good.
more like.
He's
you
like
know,
the disciplinarian in the house.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
No, I definitely discipline my son. He is extremely naughty.
Does that mean you beat him or you put him in a naughty chair?
No, I have beat him. I have, you know, when I say I've beat him, you know, I mean, he's small, but when I was brought up, you were beaten to death. Okay, not to death, but my parents, they really laid the law down. So that was the kind of upbringing I had,
welcome to the club.
so you know, but we really try like time out, and you know, we deny him something that he really likes. So he loves swimming, he loves the bouncing castle. So like, you know what, just because you did that, you're not gonna go to the bouncing castle because he doesn't really comprehend when I beat him. He's like, Mama, no, beat me. Like I beat you, and I'm like, oh,
yeah.
because then it doesn't make
My
any
son
sense.
did slap me
so-
very hard.
Yeah.
In public.
Wow.
It was one of those where I mean, because he really wanted to. I was like, say sorry. Just looking at me. So I was at the counter buying something, and the lady there was just like, you know, I don't say sorry.
Like, do something.
No, he didn't. I just wanted to get out of the mall. So I was just like, you know what? I'm going to buy my thing and leave. Like, I'm not going to.
like, I'll deal with you at home.
I will deal with this
But
later.
does the timeout work? Can I ask you guys?
Yes.
Does it
Timeout
work?
works. Timeout
So
works.
is it maybe when they're older? Because he's 1.5.
When they're like,
So I say naughty con. I try to give him a naughty con, and he has fun. He's like,
I love it here, Mom.
this is nice. I'm like, oh no, you know. And the nanny
This
is like,
happens
the
pretty
nanny-
young.
I think so.
I learned a good
From about
tip
2 years
from.
old, 2 years
I can't
old.
remember. I learned a good tip where it's like you time it to so they're a
The
year
age,
old,
yeah.
1 minute. And then when they're
Oh.
two, so there's kind of a shorter time, and then
we
you
just
start
were
to.
like, I think we should get him out now.
4 hours later.
the sun has gone down.
I know,
Yeah.
it's like-
So yeah, we're like now, I think his lunch is that. Because you know what happens is, and my husband says that maybe he does, because he does a lot of research, and he's like, so I don't think he can comprehend. That's why I'm like, at a year and a half, you
Yeah.
could do everything. You could even burn his finger, and he'd be like, what happened on my
Yeah,
finger?
exactly.
He wouldn't remember what happened. So he says if you put him, at the naughty corner for so long, he's like, why am I here again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after like
Yeah,
5
for too
minutes,
long,
he's like,
I know. What can I do
Yeah,
while
so
I'm in this space?
what can I do?
Yeah.
So I take it, but I definitely started disciplining him when he was, I think, late last year. So when he 2 and something,
Yeah.
2 years
Okay,
something.
yeah.
Is that understanding?
Yeah, because that's when they start misbehaving in like the supermarket. He
Now, who
and
is
everybody
there, man?
looks at you, and you're just like,
I think
get up.
I find I know. I mean, he's just sharp. He's fascinating. I'm literally very fascinated when I watch him. But he knows when he's doing something wrong. So he
They
does
all
this thing.
do.
Yeah, he's really like, and he knows.
And
he's
he
like,
turns
don't
to
do
look
it.
at you.
He does
Yeah.
that, and he goes,
Uh-huh.
"Mommy." So of course, it melts me.
Or I
It
love
does.
you or something like that.
Yeah,
I love you.
and I'm like, no, but oh my gosh, just come here. So I've
hilarious.
tried to give myself, I'm trying not to pressure myself about the parenting style, but I'm starting to feel the need to take it up a notch. And so I've been trying to do different things because I can tell he's starting to feel like he can do and nothing will happen.
You mean Uhuru is feeling Uhuru too much?
And by the way, he's got that whole thing going. He'll just go and wave at you. And I'm like, looking for votes out here. No, come back here.
It's like too independent.
Too independent. But
you never know.
Yeah.
You never know what happens. You're just like, all of a sudden, like, I remember when the first time I was like, should I spank him now?
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't ask my mom. My mom's like, yeah, I beat you like
spank
1
him.
month.
Yeah.
I don't know. So, and then the most embarrassing thing is like when you try to like in front of people, be like, Baba, say hi, or you know. And he's like, no.
Never ever. Just
and I'm like,
be quiet.
and that time, my mom is there.
Just say. Right.
Yeah,
Do you know what he did the other day that was the worst? But it's because of, the way kids have neighbors and stuff. And, he goes like, where? to someone.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's joking.
He said it twice.
Where? And I'm like, who are you? Where are you learning these
I don't
things?
know.
So I had to, anyway, so I've had to, so the question about parenting style is just, I'm trying to, I'm
Get
reading,
it,
I'm
right?
talking to people, I'm trying to get it right so that it's not too militant that I scare him, but he really
It's not
understands
too
that there's
gentle.
limitations to
No,
what he can
yeah.
do.
But I think the first one definitely is timeouts until you feel like, okay, I think at this point now maybe I can
Timeouts
spank
actually work.
They work.
Well,
Okay,
they work
that's
for
good
me.
to know.
ISIS, no discipline.
I don't know. What happened to you? Did you punish him after he punched you in the face?
It was a very long drive. I talked it over with my husband when I got home because I was like, it just wasn't,
Yeah.
It was a
but
bit
it
of
was,
a shock,
we
I
kind
guess.
of, it was,
Okay.
it was.
Did he know what he did? Were you like, do you know?
I don't think so. No, he really wanted to go sit with his sister who was sitting somewhere. Like he was just
Trying
trying
to
to
get your attention.
Yeah,
he was trying to go
say
sit with her and
something.
move. So he was trying. He couldn't articulate himself in another way. So that's where.
Okay.
So.
So if we think back to when you were pregnant,
Yeah.
the baby was in your stomach, and you're doing all this talking and putting headphones and playing Beethoven and all these things. Anyway, I don't know what people were doing. You're talking to what would you tell yourself? How you say when you're 18, what would your 18-year-old self say to your current self? What would your pregnant mommy's self say to her parenting mommy self?
That you should have waited a couple of years.
That's funny.
It's slightly true. But then, it's so crazy how you're like, oh man, I should have had a baby at this time or whatever. And you're like, how could my life have been without my baby?
Right.
It's so insane. But I think that it's going to be okay and that you need to appreciate your mom a whole lot more.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely what I would have told myself.
Yeah.
What would you have said?
I think the same, that appreciating my mom, because she came in handy. She's very in your face and hands-on and whatever, but I didn't expect that she'd be very mellow in trying to guide me. That was a surprise. I was like, Mom, you have this side to you?
Like,
You have a side where you don't want to take the reins? Yeah. And so I've appreciated her so much more, because it's not the whole thing for you're doing this wrong. It's more like, try this, let's see, and relax. And she was so, I didn't expect that from her. She was like, you're doing okay. You're doing fine. Just stop. Don't get stressed out. Just take it a day at a time. And I found myself now saying that to other people. It's funny when people come to me like, give me tips for my 1.5-year-old experience. Okay, let me try. But it's just like, relax, breathe. You're doing the best you can. So yeah, I would just be like, take it easy, love yourself, love who you are, embrace
my
this
God.
transition.
And how badly do other moms judge you, though?
Yeah.
And it's in everything. It's like, oh, you gave birth using cesarean.
Yeah.
Well,
but then it starts from there.
I'm very anti-mom shaming, and I've shut some people down online.
have they shamed you? I don't think I've ever
Not-
seen. I mean, I see them like in the questions that
Yeah.
people would ask.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, you're going to do that, and I'm like,
No, I would really silence them and say that this can't be a space where it's hard enough being a mom trying to figure
Yeah,
it out.
you
that
don't
you're
need
making
everybody
it.
else
You don't need
telling you
everyone
all these
else.
things.
Yeah. So there's one, we even took it to DM. Like,
Are
it went
you-
like-
are you
oh
serious?
yeah. It's funny
Okay.
because I never respond to social media anything. 10 years in, I'm just like, oh, okay, there's this rumor, blah blah
That's
blah.
your opinion, whatever.
Yeah, but when I got pregnant and there was that shaming for some reason. Very sexist comments.
What's
You're too pregnant was one of the ones I got. I'm like, explain to me what too pregnant is.
You're gonna be pregnant or not?
Someone would be like, oh my gosh, it's so disgusting to be
my
on air and
goodness.
you're pregnant. It was really bad. That's when I
that's
responded. And I would say, you've just insulted your mom. You've just insulted every mother, etc. So I respond. So the mom shaming, I'm very anti. I'm just
Yeah.
like, Milo.
So I think our final question actually in this part is around what would you say to your mother on this Mother's Day? So you already kind of said something.
Yeah.
Maybe Julie, you could share what you would.
Well, I'm going to
Wanna
bring
say
everybody
to mom?
down because my mom passed about
sorry.
8. Yeah, no, it's fine. Not that it's fine, but it's kind of like worked through it.
Yeah.
I would tell her I didn't understand how much she's done.
Yeah.
Like we were all saying, how much it takes to have a part of you, like you were saying, walking around and you're worried about them all the time. You're thinking about their future. You're watching them grow. It's your life changes completely, and you invest everything that you have into that child without reservation. And if when I was pregnant, and had I known that, I'd have been like, do I really want to do this? Because it's an investment for life. And I'll just tell my mom, thank you, basically, because she just, I mean, we do so much. So
yeah, that's right. We do so much, and then like I said, remember we were talking, and I was like, it's a very thankless job because no one's gonna say thank you, you know, and you're just gonna get slaps across the face. That's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get for staying for like hours and hours of labor. It's like, oh, here's you, thank you. But oh my God, I became so much closer with my mom. You know what I mean? Just like everything I ask her, and you know, before you're such a know-it-all, you're like, I'm fine. I got all of my ish figured out. No, you don't. No, you don't at all. And motherhood is like a whole other world. You're like, where is this world and where has it been? It's like, what was I doing before? And I would really just thank her. And you know, you just need to love your mom more.
Really. I would, for sure. It's the same with me. And I've mentioned it before. It's brought us closer. Motherhood, I feel, and I've said this before, I almost felt like and I've heard it said before, I gave birth to my son and almost gave birth to myself again. Because it changed me. It changed me so much. I'm on a sabbatical from work. That's how I was never the kind of person to do that, but my priorities shifted like this. Completely. And I wanted to just be very present and be healthy mentally, emotionally, not chasing after things and missing out on my son growing up. So for my mom, just her being there quietly supporting, she hogs the baby a lot, but it's fine. Because she's very good. She's very good at nurturing and with babies. But she's been such a gem. Because when I was having nanny drama, which is a whole other conversation. And you know the work Amin and I do is you're live. You have to be present. So sometimes you have someone who's like, it's Thursday, and they're like, okay, I'll see you on Sunday. Friday's there, Saturday's there, and they've not come back. So Monday she'd be like, let me come. Don't worry. Just go work.
That's my mom
I'll handle it. Yeah. And that's when I was like, you're my hero. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to still thrive. And you know, and teaching me the way. So it's just, I'm forever thankful for everything that she is to me.
Thanks. And I was just gonna say for my mom, who actually lives in the States, so she's quite far. But yeah, also brought us much closer. I've learned so much. She's a pediatrician, so she's also helped me.
Lucky.
I mean, she's like my first ped. She's my first ped, you know. So helped me through so many and things. She'll laugh at me because you know. At those beginning,
like, it's okay.
She'd just laugh at all these things, but she's been great. She's comes and spending a lot more time out here since I've had kids. So it's great. So just want to thank her for all the, you know.
And like, go ahead, that job. It's okay. We're fine.
I know.
We've got a doctor in the house.
So you always got to get that self reassurance about so many things. So big thanks for that.
Right. So that brings us to the end of that session with our celebrity moms. I know you don't want me to say that. With
own it.
Super moms. And right now we're just going to go to the next segment, which is a life hack to do with pick and peel juice and all the different things that you can do with it. Isis, I think you were going to start us off with that, right?
Yeah, so I love this segment because it's about life hacks in general. So this is part of the ongoing part of our show will be life hacks about different topics. So given all that we're talking about, there's a lot of work, a lot of time that goes into raising kids, particularly at this early stage. It's really about what are your hacks about unwinding, you know? So do you have, you know, what are those things? I mean, we were talking about a little bit earlier, some of us more introverted, more extroverted. But I'd love to, do you guys get your friends together for cocktails? Mocktails, that kind of thing.
Well, first of all, Julie, mocktails on you, baby. I hope you still remember.
And you know what?
Oh, Lord, I thought I got away with that.
I think that, you know, for me, and I was just talking about this with another friend of mine just the other day. I got so involved in my son's life that we were just talking the other day how I actually feel like I don't have a life. If I am not doing anything work-related, I am home. And I was just telling you how my son should have been here, and I was trying to bring him, but I wasn't sure if you had a place where he could be with my nanny. But then I'm just like, so Tumi this, Tumi, my son's name is Tumi. So I'm like, Tumi this, Tumi that, Tumi this, Tumi, so, you know, planning everything around Tumi. And then when I'm done with that, I'm like, oh, so there's my husband. So I have no life. And I was like, I need to change that. So that same very day, I was like, I'm actually going out today.
Yes.
So I don't have a system. I don't have anything planned out yet, but I try here and there to just have, so I call Janet. I'm like, let's meet for lunch. You know, because you have people who are in a similar field and, you know, so that they can explain to you what, you know, working mom guilt is. Because you you feel it so much that you're like, if I'm not with him every other hour that I'm not working, I'm not a good mom.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
It's so crazy, especially that bit, like, I'm not with him, and why am I even here?
Yes.
I had to make peace with it, but I may not have a system, but I kind of strive towards certain things every month. So sometimes it's a massage. The following month, it's as simple as I'll maybe drop him off with my parents or my mom-in-law and for a day, and just stay home, read a book, listen to music. And it does all the wonders. So what I try and do is every month I dedicate a day or a weekend where Janet can just hone it in and, just rejuvenate. And then sometimes it's getting together with someone for dinner. I can't go past 12.
Yeah.
Like last night I was up till 1 and I felt very damaged the next day. I'm like, I know that I'm old or what's going on? I was like limping,
So let me ask you, do
crawling.
you still feel guilty even when you're on that weekend? You're like, Janet, it's okay.
Do you know what I do?
Ain't this
Do you know what I do
weekend?
to kill the guilt? And I did this with the dinner on Blanc. I spent the whole day with him, so that at night I don't feel bad.
That's what I do too.
Yeah, and it helps. I remember that day was the first day I tried it. The whole day I was with him, morning, afternoon. Then at 5 I'm like, Mommy's gotta go wear her white outfit and go be fabulous.
And try and remember.
And she'll see you. So that's what I do. So that's what I try and do. Spend time with him, and then when I leave him, I don't feel so terrible. Yeah.
Did it happen with you guys though?
Yeah.
Am I the only one who just got lost in this
Okay,
life
we
world?
established last week I'm the bad mom because
All those cocktails, tell us.
Really?
I don't feel any guilt. But when she was 3 months, I spent the first 3 months with her every single day of her life. I don't think I left the house. The 4th month, I'm like, I need to leave the house. My sisters were like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Supposed to be in the house in a room,
Yeah.
cocooned with the baby and wearing her or something, being earth mother or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I can't do this thing.
Yeah.
So after a while, I crave being away from her because when I'm around her, she's right next to me the whole time. She even sleeps in my bed.
Yeah.
So it gets to a point where now we're irritating each other. So I always need, and I'm an introvert.
Yeah.
So I'm like, please, I know it's my daughter, but it's another person.
Yeah.
So I just have to go somewhere and just, even like you read a book, music, whatever, just be on my own. So the guilt.
Oh really?
That's not a bad, coping mechanism. Is it the same for you, Isis?
It's a mix of things. I'm totally in the same wave of work.
Am I without my children person, right?
Work and then the children and then
Thank you.
and then
Maybe that's why we sat on this side. They knew.
I know husbands sleep like somewhere in that, and then but I really do miss the company of my female friends.
You mean other human beings?
Other human beings.
Yeah. Other grown-ups, other adults.
So you're so used to speaking, don't do that.
Yeah.
You meet other people, you're like, Janet, what did we
you
say?
need to put that down.
So
Yeah.
there's different things, so for example, actually one of our WhatsApp groups as Moms Village is an Adventure Moms group, which is actually really cool. So just outdoorsy stuff. So there's, people leading out who are like, let's do so I like to do outdoorsy stuff. So the great thing is I'm starting to, that helps me, because someone's driving it to like jump in and be like, okay, we're going to do this kind of thing. And sometimes it's with the kids and sometimes it's not. And then, I miss hanging out with my friends. So I try to have, thinking about, maybe once a month, have my friends over. And then, that's where I'm trying to.
I'm just happy you were like that. I was like, I am the only one.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even coming home right now.
Yeah.
See you next week.
Yeah, see you next. I'm going to Mombasa randomly. And I started noticing, and I don't know if this happened to you when you guys became new moms, but I just started losing friends. And it wasn't that they're not talking to me.
I was about to say that. Like, I was literally just about to say how it was like shedding. It was like a season of shedding. And people warned me, they'd be like, no, your life will change.
And you never thought you were going to be that person.
Like,
I'd be like, no, but, and just the other day I was like, wow, I have not, reflecting on the people who were there last year and who are not there now. And just embracing, like, it's a season of whoever wants to plug into this journey, come on board. I can't apologize for this transition that I'm in. I really can't, and I can't feel guilty. I embrace it.
And you can't change it.
And I can't change it. It was a bit tough at first because there were some people who I thought would be there for the long haul, if you're watching.
One of the best things I think is actually to actually think about what you can do at home, because so many moms spend so much time at home. How can you unwind at home and use what you already have in the kitchen? So all that juice you have that's there for the kids and for other things, there's other things we can do with it. So let's check it out and get some ideas.
an amazing cocktail video. I think I'm definitely going to try and make some of those cocktails, mocktails, and alcoholic beverages, depending what kind of mom you are. If you're an introvert like myself, if you're an extrovert like Amina.
Good mom, bad mom.
As good as established.
No, I'm a big juice fanatic, so I loved all those ideas.
Yeah, they were brilliant. What do you guys think is things you
Yeah.
can do with juice?
So many different ideas, and the fact that you can just do them at home, because you know a lot of the things that need you to get out of the house already you feel lazy, but it's things that you're working around
already in the fridge.
Yeah,
so that's really the
what you
hack at home and unwinding and all of that. But speaking of going out, so where do you guys like to, go out? Because, some of us do go out here and there, just talking about going out a bit more once a month. So what are some of the places?
This is without baby, right?
Without baby. Let's say without baby.
the baby.
Without the baby.
Like I mentioned before,
I
I
know.
am a lifeless mother. So I'm God, I don't know where I enjoy. I'm a foodie. I'm a huge foodie, and I love going to places where I can try out like different cuisines and whatnot. I know I'm even more boring when I say it now. But that's what I like doing, and because my husband's an introvert, we can't really go out to the club. But I am very turned. I'm a very active.
I'm very
person. I'm lit. My life is an intuition.
What is that? Please explain to us, mother.
As a millennial, some of us are not.
My life is lit. Like I just live it on 100. So it's just when you're just on 100 all the time, and you're just very happy and just always.
I'm really big on coffee chat and sundowner going into dinner. So that's actually my vibes. So I know you're saying it sounds boring. I have embraced my prude. I've embraced the prude in me.
It's okay.
Clubbing it's an event I prepare for.
You
For
plan
like
for
2
in
weeks.
advance.
I'm like, okay, so we're gonna go to B Club. Okay, what outfit? All right, I need to be comfortable.
How long are we going to be
How long am
there?
I going to be there? That means I have to nap in the day. So that that's how I am. It's an event. So I do enjoy, good food. And I know my husband also is a foodie. So sometimes we'll just, go for breakfast or go for dinner. Radisson Blue has a really nice steakhouse.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's pause. We need a moment of silence for that.
For the steakhouse?
Yes.
It's really nice. So Radisson Blue has a good steakhouse. Of course, Lagrange has really good pastries. And sometimes just the hotels like Serena for a nice brunch or lunch at the Tribe. So
The Tribe has really good brunch
So
too.
food is a very big component of going out.
I guarantee I'm the most boring mom at the table. I go to Java a lot because I work from home sometimes. So I just look for Wi-Fi. If there's Wi-Fi at Mabatini somewhere along the road, I will stop. Take out my laptop and sit there. But I like Java because it's comfortable at Galleria. I know it. There's coffee. There's Wi-Fi.
There'll always be coffee at Java.
This is true.
Coffee is important.
I go to the club once in a while. I work with people who go out a lot in the media.
Trust me, okay? Okay, like for me, every time I text people, they're always out. And I'm like, I'm just trying to lie about what I'm doing. Like, I'm home.
It's like 10:30 at night. Someone is asking me, where are you? I'm like, I'm at home. Where are you? So
I feel like I used to be a foodie and like knew all the new restaurants. I was out with some friends last night who don't have children, and I was asking them where they go out, and every place they named I never heard of. So I was like, okay, there's years of past in Kenya dining scene. I heard 45 Degrees is supposedly an amazing place, so that's on my agenda. Garden Estate is in the New York Times even, so that's like the new thing to on the radar. But I'll shock you guys because I'm normally a very healthy person, healthy eating. My kids don't eat junk food, but my guilty pleasure is Jay's Burgers. And
I've actually never tried it, but I know your brother's always there.
My older brother was there a lot.
I thought the Burger Festival is on right now. So go judge everybody.
I've actually a little surprise. So if you can check out actually a cool video of me actually having burgers at Jay's. Let's take a look, and you guys will be as well. Exactly.
That was amazing, Isis. That burger looked like absolutely delish to die for.
I wish we could have shared them here, but yes, we enjoyed.
We enjoyed.
Next time you can.
This is how we unwind. No, I don't. That's my next thing. I need to learn how to make burgers.
You don't know. I should teach you. I love.
Fantastic. There we go. There we go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cooking lesson. That was something I would love.
Julie, don't worry. You're still coming because we need the drink.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
You're still in that.
I think just like me for my drinks, but it's fine. I can handle it. Well, but moving on from that delicious segment at Jay's Burgers, now we have some questions from our audience for our mums. I've gone from celebrity mums to super mums to our mums. People want to know more about you from the audience. And Ngaki would love to hear how you both balance work and parenting.
That would be the
a tough
most
one.
common question.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
especially because our hours are weird.
Since you have very busy schedules as well.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't have a life, because of that, working mom guilt, which is a thing. I didn't know it was a thing. And I would never feel like I spent sufficient time with my son because you're working, and every time you're working, let me tell you the craziest thing, right? People, let me tell you. So I do a morning show, and just like this, right? So I have guests, and then like the lady or the doctor, and this happens like all the time. So someone will be like, yeah, so you should always be with your child. Or a guest that I have is like, so I quit working for 15 years to be with my child. And I'm like,
you're just like,
I should probably go home now.
Yeah.
So you
hold on,
constantly feel like, you're not doing much. So what I do is, if I am not working, I am with my son, which is, again, now I end up having a life, but
oh my
it's what it
gosh.
is.
Yeah, it's, I think for me, I initially was trying to balance it as best as I could, the same way, because our hours as news anchors or presenters are pretty intense. We're still, if you're an on-call, if there's a breaking story and you need to be on call, which I did for like a decade. Yeah, so I just began to realize that something needed to give. So one of the things I did was just to take a sabbatical. This is the sabbatical I'm on. It still doesn't mean I have a lot of projects, public health and sanitation projects. I am Motherhood, Help a Child Reach 5, The Journey with Janet. I have a lot of these projects going on. So I had all that, plus my son and my husband and work. And then I knew it's an election year. I've done like 4 or 5 elections in my life. I know the drill.
It's already hectic.
I know, and you're either all in or all out. And I just said, I just don't feel prepared to put that in with everything else, because all these other projects I'm doing, they're contractual agreements. I can't exactly be like, no, I don't feel like going to Migori with Help a Child Reach 5. I'm just going to sleep. So I said, something's got to give. I just accepted, and I love that I was at peace with that. And I had conversations with very key people in my life, my husband, my parents, and I said, I'm going to take a break because I really do want to spend time with Huru. And I want to be able to pursue my passion projects. And I don't want to feel I'm not going to feel guilty about it. I'm happy. It's a sabbatical, which means I'll eventually go back on air. So right now the balance it's a lot easier. It's just that I'm able to control the timings and everything, and I'm happier. I feel like I'm achieving what I had hoped to achieve with the sabbatical. So that's
and you're doing a great job, Janet.
Thank you.
Because like on TV, all you do is just anchor and present news, but then now you're actually touching people's lives. So if you think about it, like it's kudos.
Oh, look at Amina. We're having a moment, guys.
I know. I've got a great question next from our audience. I loved this one. Wait for it, you guys. So we have very active WhatsApp group communities at Mom's Village, and post-pregnancy fitness is a big topic, ongoing topic. So the question is, how do you maintain your beautiful post-baby? This is from Mary. Your beautiful post-baby bodies. Yes.
Let me see. Okay. So when I had, Janet was like, Amina. But like, because now I've added like 45 kgs. Because, food tastes great, people. Leave me alone. No, really. I've added a lot of weight. And
yeah, exactly.
they're nice. They're very nice. So when I had my baby, my biggest fear, and I don't know if people confess this, my biggest fear was adding so much weight because I'm so lazy. I can't go to the gym or do yoga or whatever. I'm just like, let's just sit here and eat. So I was so scared that I'll add weight that I watched what I would eat, and I'd do so much research, and I had problems lactating because you're like, I don't think I'm producing enough milk. My son's always crying. So I supplemented, and I was like, oh my God, I shouldn't be doing that. But then when I talked to the lactation expert, she said that if you eat okay and you eat a balanced diet, you should be fine. So I'd make sure that the balanced diet is like this small. Yeah. Because I'm so scared to add weight. And I want to get back to my job, which is in entertainment. Like, you have to still look a certain way. And I hated myself for letting that get to my head. So I was 75 kgs when I had my son. And before that, I was around 63, 64. And a month or 2 months into having my baby, I was around 57. So I looked anorexic. I looked sick. And one of my friends one day sat me down and was like, you look really bad.
Yeah.
Like because my clothes would fall off. I mean, I'm now fitting back in my old, and it was really fast. And she was like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, that's really, really bad. So I wish I never listened to anything or felt like I needed to get into any shape. So you just take care of your baby, make sure that your baby's healthy. Everything else will fall into place. Just appreciate the new curves that you have. Booty's always great, right, Kim? You know,
right, Kim, that's
right.
hilarious. I think for me, I know. She just had to throw that.
10 years later, I'm like, oh, okay.
10 years later, like, oh, I see what she did there. I've generally always eaten or tried to eat well. I grew up at the coast, and a lot of that entailed, fruit salad, juices, water. So I think I've always had, just a healthy way of eating, even though I love my food and sometimes I binge. And so for me, I didn't even add that much weight during pregnancy. And I used to get asked a lot, like, how come you're not growing?
Yeah, you didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't because the first thing my gynecologist said to me is, this thing for eating for two, please understand it's a myth.
It's not.
Yeah. It's a myth.
So the moment he told me that, and you see, people just need information, because I always thought that's what you do. He was like, listen to me, eat what's good for you. And so generally I eat, I'm one of those people who eats small meals throughout the day. And so I just continue that. And then post-baby, I didn't stuff myself too much with things like uji and all, which are okay, but I think things need to be done in moderation. And so that's how I maintained it. Lots of water, lots of, greens and protein. And so whenever I'd get asked, how come, and like for people like Amina and I and other women in media, they think there's maybe this crazy diet we're on, and there's this aspiration. And like she's saying,
yes,
it's okay, because there's others who've trained and gone back, and that's okay. That's your initiative, whether or not you're in the limelight.
Yes.
But I would always tell people, please just understand. First of all, talk to the experts. I'm all about talk to your pediatrician or your gynecologist first. First stop. Go there. Weigh yourself. Are you overweight? Okay, talk it through with them.
Yeah.
They can tell you what are you eating. Okay, you need to cut back on A, B, C, D. Don't look to me to answer your questions because I'm not perfect, because I still get the whole, how did you just have a baby? I try to eat well. Lately, I've been, binging. I like my pastries, but I'm also on my feet a lot. My lifestyle means I'm always active. Always. I'm either running, like her, you're running for an event, or you're, running to do this and that, or running. This is why I live in sneakers. So I think that's also helped. And I appreciate that it's important to look after your health. I really do. And so I do tell people, just try and talk to an expert and make sure that you're within the range of, you're either underweight or overweight, and what you need to do to fix it, and do that, and you'll be fine. But don't look to, you want to look like.
And also listen to your body.
No pressure though, no pressure. Like people just need to, oh my God, let me tell you. I remember like one of the turning points was this time that I had a waist trainer. So first of all, I sound obsessed with the Kardashians because it was a Kourtney Kardashian collection, because she would go back to her body size. So she used to have this waist trainer that's specifically for pregnant women. And it wasn't cheap, but you were told, you have to put it on after 24 hours. And I was like, you know what I mean?
Put it on for 24 hours.
For 24, if you're not showering or doing like the longer you put it on, the more effective it is. And it really was. So after around 2.5 weeks, I had no tummy. I remember meeting Nick Mutuma, a friend of mine, when I had no stomach. I had gone for a meeting with Tumi in the car. My stomach was flat. I was like, my son is like 10 days at the time. So this waist trainer, let me tell you what happened, Janet. So I know it was crazy. So I have this waist trainer, and then I couldn't breathe. Because I had this waist trainer on. So I didn't know. At the time, I was like, I don't know what's wrong, but I feel like I can't breathe. And I almost fainted. I didn't know. At the time, I was like, oh my God, what is going on? I think it was a complication with my pregnancy. It has to be. Whoa. So I was like, babe, I think it's my waist trainer. Please help me open it. So he helped me open. We're driving. We're right outside Nairobi Hospital. I'm like, let's not enter. Give me 5 minutes. He's like, but you're changing. Like, your color is changing. Like, you look like you're going to faint. I'm like, it's just you. It's too early in the morning. I'm not changing color. Relax. So really, then after 5 minutes, I calmed down and I was fine. And we went home. My mom was home and she was so worried. I was like, please don't tell my mom I had to put this stupid thing on. And that's why I almost died. Just let it go. Just be like, she was having a nervous breakdown. Just say that. Let's go with that. Great. And I never put it on again. And that pressure just died. And my friend talked to me and I was like, why do we do that to ourselves as women? Anyway,
I think it's also a lot of the pressure for being in the spotlight as well. And people are looking at your body and expecting you to snap back like a Kardashian, which is not
But I think
reality.
every day, I mean, we had a chat with, it was actually a chat about post-pregnancy fitness with some experts who actually work in that. And it was a 1 hour chat with WhatsApp. And it was amazing because so many moms, whether you're in the spotlight or not, have this pressure.
Many.
And you know, and just how do you, and also expectation that you should be how you were before.
Exactly.
And which is also, I mean, you've gone through major life transformation. Even that expectation.
I think it's the advent of social media. Like I was saying, whether or not you're in the limelight, every day you're looking at, you know, Heidi Klum, Ciara, all of these people.
Beyonce.
Janet Jackson.
Yeah, Janet Jackson. And
Janet Jackson has not bounced back, which is thank God.
Which is okay that they have the resources. That's their life. There's you know, but I really think, and this is going to sound so, you know, I don't know. It's just going to sound like it's out there, odd or I just think people need to fix what's here before trying to fix what's here. Because once you have this mindset in your heart and your head that I'm going through a transition and I'm okay with that, and like I said, it sounds very duh or cliche, but I really realized it's true, and I started focusing on that. So you know, just what do you need to fix? What are you unhappy with? Okay, what do you need to find balance? Okay, fix it, do it, because I think that then will help.
It will help. You know, let me tell you, Julie, and everybody here, when I have friends who can't get pregnant for one reason or the other, and they would kill to add 45 million kgs.
Having this conversation,
right? They're like, that's what your problem is. Can we switch places for a sec? Can you please just have my sizing body? And because it's a really, really big problem. It's just really annoying.
It is, 'cause I think I was 90 kgs when my daughter was born. She was 3.2, so all the rest was me.
Okay. Like no excuse.
No excuses. She was like a tiny thing. I'm like, hey, hold on, what's happening here?
Yeah.
And I used to be 74, and I haven't quite gotten back to 74. I think I'm about, should I say it, like 80?
It's a safe space.
Everybody, I'm 80 kgs. But I don't think you stress about it. The more you stress about it, the worse it gets.
Yeah.
But on a completely different topic, ladies, house helps. Nannies, domestic managers.
You haven't asked those questions.
I think we might end on this question because it's going to take us a long time to break it down. But what's been your experience?
An additional question from Violet related to that is, how many does it take to keep the boat afloat?
That's a good question, actually.
A good way to,
That's
it's so crazy. I met Janet. When did we have lunch that time? It was like a month ago, 2 months ago.
It was. I was just about to leave. It was about a month and a half ago.
So when I just came, I was like, oh my God, I have this drama with my household. Blah, 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 blah. And even today, right now, I'm just like, Janet, we've seen each other again. And even just today, I have this house help drama because it's what it is.
A new house help.
No, so I've had her for a month. Okay. And you know, she wants. I'm not even sure what the problem is. So I got her from an agency, and she isn't happy with the agency and how they deduct a lot of money from her, and so she wants to leave because she feels like it's not working for her. I'm like, F the agency, I will just pay you. What is the problem here? But I have had from January till now, I think I've had 7 nannies, which is a lot. So I keep taking breaks. Yeah, so one would leave like maybe in a day. Because I have this thing where my energy and your energy, they have to just be like intertwined because you're going to be with my heart, remember?
Yes.
So I'm like, I don't know, bye, just to go. So my husband was like, you fire people too much. I feel like you could be sued. You need to calm down. But, you know, so I had one nanny for a year and a half and then another one for a year and something, and then from January till now, it's just been like
something about 2017.
What is going on? What is going on? So other moms don't get it. They're just like, maybe you're the problem.
I know. The common denominator.
That is the worst side.
You're the only K factor here. So I'm like, okay, I will pay them 35 million then. I'll just give them all of my money. Yo, it's so crazy. I'm like, I would give you my card. Just stay with my baby. What do you want me to do?
I think what I'm understanding now with nannies is it'll take a while before you get the right fit. Sometimes you're lucky, home run, day one, and you know.
First one.
I've had a lady who's worked with me for 10 years. So let's start with that. So she's been like the house help, and
it's a long time.
Yeah, it's a long time. She's been with me for 10 years. Yeah, and then so when I got pregnant, I'm like, yay, Jackie is here. And then Jackie got pregnant. Oh. I told her, I'm very happy for you, but why this year? I don't understand. So of course, and even though she had a family, when Huru was, so she got pregnant much later. So Huru was born, and the nights I needed someone to sleep, like when I'm on air, she would still sleep because her kids are big and the husband is like, it's Janet, she's like family, so it's fine, I'll take care of the kids. So that went on for 5 months, so I didn't really need a sleep in. I was fine. Then she got pregnant. She was like, Mama, when
they say that, I'm always like, no.
And you know, she was just like, look, I'm 5 months along. I just need you to know, heads up, you need someone now. We need to start looking. And so the first one, I was in denial. For about 3 days, I'm like, okay, let's start looking. So I say, bring me someone because you've known me 10 years. Come on, you know, your family. So she brought one who was okay, but weird, spoiled. She just started acting. The word is spoiled because she was just erratic and young and everything. So after 3 months,
them young. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
And I just told her it's okay, go. Now she still asks me for my job back, and I tell Jackie through, no, she's learned her lesson. That So the second one, big problem. I'll just try and summarize. I hated the fact that Jackie, who's been with me, told her here we don't take photos of the baby. She did, and she still didn't listen, which also tells you about her character. So later, and I would tell Jackie, just keep an eye out, because you're my eye.
Yeah.
So she came that night. She's like, don't get mad. She was taking photos and she refused to stop. I was like, so the next day somehow I didn't even know she had a smartphone. So I found it, and it's videos and pictures and videos, and I can talk about it now, but it really affected me.
Yeah.
So of course the next day, Jackie called my mom. She's like, this chick's gonna kill her, so you need to come. So I'm fuming. So anyway, I packed her bags and I was just like, just as you are, just go. She didn't think she'd done anything wrong, which is a whole other discussion. I'm like, no, ask me. Or if someone who's been with us for a decade tells you not to, say no.
Oh my God, Janet, we're so alike. Look at us, just firing people off the whim. Like.
But I think long story short is that now there seems to be a fit where even I had to figure out, where am I willing to meet in the middle? What do I need to do to be like...
That patience. It is
no,
given
I
to you by the Lord.
And I just said, okay, what kind of profile... I need, so the referral was a very good one because it's someone who's worked with much older, mature, some are expats, some are Kenyan. So long story short, so far, God, please may it remain this way. So far, it's a good fit. It's been since, I think, September.
Okay.
So, since September, since before he just turned 1.
Okay.
And it's not always 100% perfect, but for the most part, it's good. He really loves her, So that, for me, that works. I can compromise on that. And the rest of the stuff,
I think the compromise piece is important. I remember a friend of mine's mom had given advice that they're kind of 80% of what you're looking for.
Yes.
And you can work with the other 20%.
Yeah.
But you got to kind of figure out what that 80% is.
That's exactly it. So I had to figure out.
I think you go through your own evolution of also understanding.
That is so insane. We were just talking about it yesterday with my husband. I was like, because he has a problem with every nanny I get as well. And the problem came in and I was like, oh my God, what just occurred to me is that I keep comparing all of them to our first two really good. They understood our flow. So we, like my husband's OCD, and so now am I after spending so much time with him. So we wash our hands probably every single time. He goes down and
that was such a good plug-in. Very good plug-in, ladies. Very good. Thank you.
Oh my God! So we're trying to help him reach 5. Yes. but no. So we wash our hands so much so that he can get into that, and we don't give him any junk. He's a much better person than we are. We try to help him. So when we get someone who doesn't wash their hands all the time, we're like, but we told you to wash it. It's because we're comparing. So even for you, maybe you're comparing with Janet, and that's why you keep with Jackie. Yes. So you feel like no one's perfect. Oh my God, they're all annoying.
And that's when I had to, just like Isis said, what are you willing to compromise? So I really had to sit and think okay, as long as he's not pulling back whenever she comes near him. Does he like her? Does she try to make sure he's warm, that he's fed? Yes. And he's very happy with her. Like, we're very loud in our house. From 6 a.m., everyone is loud because we're all morning people. Starting with Huru. He's like, Mommy! 6 a.m. And then Dad. He called her Da. So you'll hear her shout, yeah! And then anyway, so we're all very loud. So and then he gets very happy and the whole day. So I see that energy that she brings in, and I'm like, everything else, if sometimes I think there's a mess, I'll clean it. If sometimes I think she came 5 minutes late or 10 minutes because I'm a stickler for timing, I will clean. So I've had to. It's not perfect. Every day I'm still trying to learn, but I get there.
My house helps come back from their off day at 5:30. So my new one comes in at 7, and I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It's just one day. I mean, you will be okay.
That's what I had to learn.
So that patience and that understanding is very important, because you're never going to get someone.
But it takes a while.
You never get somebody who's 100% perfect. But I found also the energy, between you and the
what she's saying. It's true. No, it's
very
true.
If you have a gut feeling,
you can't. That's your child. That's precious. You can't just leave them.
You really can't.
Yeah. So it's such a learning experience.
There's one of our users actually sent in an article saying, could you share this? It was called The Other Woman. And I was like, interesting. I opened it and it was like the nanny. It was actually
that's nice.
Sharing about the nanny, how much the nanny spends time with her child. So it's an article we're going to post soon.
Becomes part of your life.
That's a good catch. The other woman, it's like, huh?
I think we can end there with the other woman.
Great. So I'm really excited about the next segment on product reviews. We love this segment, and this one's a technology related one, which is specifically what I love to focus on. And we're going to be exploring Exploreneers. So we're going to check out their website so you have a good sense of what they are, and then we're going to come in and unveil this very, very cool product and actually get to learn more about it from the entrepreneur behind it.
The Exploreneers website is a place to help cultivate curiosity and learning in your child's young mind. We create exciting projects that help develop your child's interest in science, technology, engineering, arts, or math. These projects are purchased in our online store and delivered to your door. Each box gives everything you need to start the project. Each gender-neutral activity is accompanied by suggestions for further exploration and observation to keep kids engaged.
Welcome back. I'm really, really excited about this segment. It's our product review segment in which we introduce interesting products. We try to focus on locally made products from Kenya as much as we can, but really exciting things that a lot of parents do not know about and give a chance to understand them and really explore them. So perfect for that. Today's is about Exploreneers, and I'd like to invite Alita to join the show right now to tell us a little bit about what Exploreneers is, what the concept is, and a few more questions as Julie and Amina will also have as well.
Sure. Well, thank you first for having me here. Exploreneers is really just about helping kids understand science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. So it's what we call STEAM. And it's all of the different kinds of things that kids can do in a creative way, but still learn something through what they're doing. And this is a concept that's really taken off in other parts of the world, and I wanted to be able to offer this in Kenya and have kids participate in this here. It is difficult to get a lot of the materials to do these activities in Kenya, so I'm trying to bring things in that kids can explore with and that they can learn from through the materials that we provide.
And also be able to learn at home, which is also really exciting.
Yes.
So the way that you get the product is quite unique. So maybe you could share about how it actually works.
So it's a subscription service, and we deliver straight to your door once a month if you sign up for a subscription. And what I love about it is that it's really exciting for the kids when they actually get the package. You know, it's their package, and they get to open it up. It's a different thing that's inside every month. And it's great time.
Each month is a different project, basically.
Yes,
okay.
Yeah, there's 3 to 4 activities in each kit. And you know, some of them range in the amount of time or effort that would be required to do them. Most of them you would do with an adult, so it's also a great time for parents to be able to spend with their kids. You know, you hear about all these ideas, you see what you know, fun things to do with your kids, but you just maybe not have the time to put the materials together or to, you know, find a time to sit down and do that with them. When this arrives at your doorstep, you know, and your kid's like, I've got it, let's open it and let's have fun.
That's so great.
Okay, I have one question, I'm sorry.
And then we are going to unveil what one of these things is.
I just wanted to know how old, like, you know, so that I know if I could get it or not.
I think that's what we'll find out, because I was also going to ask
So we
that,
say targeted towards kids that are aged 4 to 10. Of course, but any
Those
kid
advanced
really
two-year-olds.
you know, I had a parent who had done the kit with their kids and had actually purchased 2 kits for 2 older kids that she has. She also has a 2-year-old at home. And she says, I wish I'd actually purchased one for him, because the entire time he was saying, where's mine, where's mine?
Wow.
And me learn. And so I think it's just great to do, even if you do it as a family and, you know, you have maybe 1 or 2 kids and one is younger. It's great for them to be able to participate also. But there are concepts that we're trying to teach, and there are follow-up concepts every month. So we are trying to, you know, introduce the concepts in a way that kids can maybe next month have a little bit more curiosity about a topic. So it I think would work well for an older child to do it more independently.
How long has it been in the market?
So I've launched in February of this year. And so we've done 2 kits so far. And, you know, it's something that we plan on doing every month. So there will be lots of new ideas coming. And we also have with your subscription, you get access to the online center, where throughout the month, parents can print worksheets or have extra games and challenges that are published throughout the month to keep kids engaged.
Oh, that's where it's mental too.
I know. I'm really looking forward to it.
And one of the things, we're getting ready to like unbag this, but one of the things that I'm so excited to have Alita come here is that working in the technology space myself, we know that the future is going to be so different than for our children than we can even possibly imagine. And so a lot of what the STEAM ideas is to really help stimulate different ways of thinking for kids that helps them just be much better prepared for a very uncertain future. So whether your kids are going on to be computer geniuses or whatever, it's just that I think this is a good how do you say complement to maybe the core education system that is available to us, in the kindergartens, etc. To actually be able to bring this into your home in a structured way that again you don't have to do all the work as a parent to figure it all out. So it's really cool.
So I said there's 3 to 4 activities in the box, but one thing I didn't mention is that one of the activities will always focus on programming, coding, and teaching your kids about computers and coding.
That's amazing.
And what we do is we have a 2-pronged concept. So one is where it's always an off-screen activity that you find in the box. So we have this whole discussion about parents saying screen time or no screen time, and so we do think it's important to introduce the concepts through an off-screen method.
Are there coding lessons there for parents?
And then there are
I know this is a very legit question. Next phase. No, that's good.
And then they follow up with that activity online. So if you are a screen time parent, you do have a coding challenge online that they can go through.
Great. So let's listen back.
Yes.
Okay.
I've been dying.
Imagine you're at home and you're going to be. None of us have seen this, so this is really the first time that we're looking at this. Is a very genuine. So I don't know, Mina. Do you want to dig into? Put your hand in the bag and see.
I'm so used to having my phone. I'm like, this is a very Instagram moment. Like unbagging this, exploring it.
Insta story.
So I do that. All right, fine. So you don't know what I have. Anyway. All right. So there is. Oh, okay. So there's that. Janet, you can be removing whatever that is. And I think this is a manual.
Wow. I am so curious because I know what all these objects are, but how do they go hand in hand?
All right, so I have that. And it's so colorful too.
This is fascinating. I'm just going to put this.
So we know what the objects are and we have no idea what to do with them.
Alida, now this is when you take over.
Take it away.
Here you see 2 different activities that we've put together. One is you have all the material in this bag here to actually create a paper circuit. So you've got little light bulbs down here, which the kids would be creating.
So what is a circuit? Just
So it's an electrical device that we wire up to make something powered. In this case, it's a light bulb. So we're going to light up the bulb. That's going to go into the slot of the candle. And it's a greeting card, really. So the circuit would end up being here. And then
I think you have to pull it up to the camera.
Here we go.
So when you open the card, the bulb would go on. So they get all the instructions around how to create that circuit to make the light go on, and then all the concepts around what is a circuit, why are circuits important, and then we will build up from there in the future kits for electronic type of activities.
Okay.
That is so cool.
So you can create all of that with these items.
Yeah, so that's this kit here, which is the circuit kit. And the templates for 2 greeting cards are in here. And then we have the second activity, which is crystals. And so the kids are actually going to grow their own crystals with this magic crystal powder. So we create a saturated solution. So the kids learn all about solutions, saturated, unsaturated, and what goes into the solution in order to make the crystal powder. And then they can create their own shapes, so they use cookie cutters or anything that they can come up with on their own to design the shape that they want to grow the crystals on. And we just insert the pipe cleaners into the solution and let it sit overnight. And then when they come back in the morning, they can see that the crystals have actually grown. And we teach them about different types of materials and why a crystal forms in one material and not in another.
So that's the second one.
Yeah, so that's the second one. And then we've got 2 smaller activities that kids can do more independently. So these ones obviously would, require some assistance from an adult. One of them is our follow-up coding activity, which I had mentioned earlier about being able to do an off-screen coding to help you learn about computers. So we've got a little template here where they learn all about the computer, what are the parts of the computer.
Janet, you can also learn.
It's very
I really need this.
And then it's followed by one of the pages in the book where they can actually do an activity where they match the parts of the computer and what it does.
Here it is, kid code.
Yes, exactly. So these are the instructions for this.
Very, very cool.
Yeah.
So, because this was one of the first activities that we did, it's important for them to understand, what's actually in a computer and how it works.
Yeah.
And then we've got a little art activity that they do next, which is they design and build their own paper houses. So we've got 3 templates here that the kids would decorate and cut out. And they're actually building like a little village, and you know, they can have whatever decorations go around it for like trees or cars to build their own village. And then this helps them to understand, first of all, the whole concept of cutting properly straight lines, how to put something together in a 3D form. So what parts of a shape are, you know, go in together during a 3D building.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That is very engaging. They're going to spend hours and hours.
I was just going to say, trying to figure it out, and you're like, take your time.
Because you're like, even I don't know, okay? Just
I know, let's just learn together.
One other thing I've noticed, and I think is also part of your philosophy, is to have very kind of gender neutral tones, and which is great.
Yeah.
So you also really, you know, both girls and boys would be.
And let me tell you, it's not easy to do. I mean, to think of something that, you know, both boys and girls can enjoy. But a lot of this stuff is great for both, you know, boys and girls, because it's not about, you know, a game or what they get into building something. And, you know, we have this preconceived notion that that's very much a boys thing. Like engineering and technology is very much a boys thing. I've actually noticed that it's more of the girls that get excited about that part of it.
Right. So even from a greeting card perspective, my daughter creating she's so into them, to the idea of creating one that would have an interactive component to it.
No, this is so good. And there was something else for this, or that's?
Yeah, so this is for the crystals kit, and to help the crystals hang off the...
Wow, this
love
is really
this.
Great. And you know, because, you know, right now... for a lot of parents, you know, when the kid is talking to you and you're like, okay, here, play a game on the phone.
Exactly.
So it's not as, I think,
interactive.
As this one is, which is fantastic, because that is a world that they're getting into. And it's so crazy because it's a very different world from, you know, the world we grew up in.
Exactly.
So everything's just going to be so computerized that it would be great if they were creators as opposed to consumers. At that point,
and you want them competitive early on. I mean, there's a lot of these programs that are going on to even, you know, camps for kids who are 5 or 6.
Yes,
I love that we're going in that direction. It's a good time, I think, then.
And I think it's really taking off because you see kids taking interest in it. Right? It's not just parents pushing, but when you actually see them react to it and see how much they love it, it's easy to say, this is something I want my kid to do.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I know he's 1.5. I don't know. I'd be like, just don't chew. Let's try and... No, not in your mouth. Let's just try. It might be a bit too, well, then I'll start.
It may be also an interesting gift, maybe, for somebody who has slightly older kids.
I think that's a really good idea, gifting. That's
unique. That is a great idea.
That's a very good idea for the gifting.
Instead of the typical dolls and cars, okay, got it.
And I'm so happy that you know, emphasize about gender neutral, because that's another direction we just need to go from here on out. You know, just knowing that if she can do it, I can do it too. We can both do it together. I'm really happy about that message as well. Yeah, this is good.
Great. So thanks, Alita. It was really great to have you. One exciting thing for Moms Village audience is that we are giving away a box, so it's really awesome. So follow us on social media. We'll tell you how that's going to work, and also have a special discount code for Moms Village. You know, users who want to actually get her subscription, so that'll be very apparent on the site and on social media.
Right, that's been an exciting couple of minutes. It seems it's been about an hour. We've had so much fun talking about moms and children with our celebrity moms. Well, super moms, or moms. Jano, as I've been told to call her, right?
Who's Jano?
That's my nickname, I saw her eyes go up when you said celebrity mom. Say it again. Do it again,
Just the regular mom, Jano, and Amina, Mrs. Rabar.
God, jokes.
And of course, Isis, thanks so much for being here. It's been an absolutely lovely time.
Thank you so much for being here. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, yes, happy Mother's
Day. It takes a village,
It takes a village.
See you next